Welcome to Hop TV. Ernie LaRossa joined by Johns Hopkins football coach Jim Margraff. Blue Jays with a 45-7 victory here today against Franklin and Marshall. And Coach, we talk a lot, you mentioned a lot, play with emotion, don't let emotion play with you. We came out emotional today. There were guys flying all over the field right from the opening whistle.
Yeah, I was really proud of the effort our guys put forth today. And, you don't want a loss to be the thing that spurs you on. I'm not sure if that was exactly it, but I think our guys understood that they could play at a higher level. And this was a big game today in front of a great crowd, and our guys need to bring something special, and they did.
You often talk about Hopkins being a defensive-first football team. Although we've had a great offense through the years, it's always defense first. Those guys came out and made some stops early against a team that came in here averaging 37 points a game, and that lifts everyone. There's
no question about that. Our guys were just outstanding, especially the defensive line. The guys up front were tremendous today. They're a very good offense, and their quarterback we know very well. They've got a terrific running back, a great wide receiver, and they do a nice job attacking defenses. So you really have to be at your best when you play F&M, and we were at our best today.
You mentioned that D-line. I think we had 8 or 9 sacks today. It was actually 9 sacks on the day, and really when you're putting pressure on them up front, it makes everything easier in the back, and it just disrupts the flow for them.
It was both, but certainly up front, the sacks were tremendous, but there was a lot of pressures too. Their quarterback was uncomfortable most of the game. But our secondary did a good job. When you play man-to-man, we bring in a little pressure now and then and some man-free. There's pressure on both ends. So it was important that our defensive line get there, and they got home a bunch of times today.
Let's flip to the offense. Nice to have David really back, and he was in sync today, 32 of 45 for over 400 yards. It's nice when you can look to your quarterback and he can spread it out like he did today.
Yeah, he's really done a fine job all year, but he missed a game with an injury 2 weeks ago, and maybe last week he wasn't 100%. But this week I think he showed what he can do. He's really and each week he grows a little bit more into our offense and gets a greater command of it. So I only see better things coming in the future.
Of course, his job, I don't want to say it's easy, but when you have 89 and 82 out there, really, they take a lot of heat off of him. Luke McFadden, over 200 yards receiving again today. Just a quick comment on him and the effort of he and Brett in particular.
Yeah, the pass game in particular needed to be up today. F&M's brought a lot of pressure, this year so far, watching their games. A lot of man-to-man, sometimes even 7-man pressure. So we weren't sure how much they do against us because we do have some really good receivers, but they still tried to man up a number of times, and that's tough to do against our guys. They really did a nice job.
We talk about the Centennial Conference being a very competitive conference, and today it got even tighter. A bunch of almost a logjam at the top. Going into the bye off a win like this, though, a lot of momentum to take forward when we come back Gettysburg here in 2 weeks on a Friday night.
Yeah, this game had to be the biggest game of the year, but really every game is the biggest game of the year. So it'll be nice to get some little time off. Certainly our guys will be very positive going to the bye week after a win. We need to get some people healthy. But going into the last 4 games, I guess on some level we control our own destiny, and our guys know that. But we'll just be focused on Gettysburg once we hit that week.
Okay, again, Johns Hopkins improves to 5-1 overall, 4-1 in the Centennial Conference with a 45-7 victory here at Homewood Field against Franklin and Marshall. Return to action right here at Homewood Field on Friday, October 20th when Gettysburg comes to town. Stay tuned to hopkinsports.com for everything Blue Jay football.